my badminton racket. Pianobook.co.uk is a wonderful community of samplists, musicians, composers. Started off as a project by Christian Henson, I believe, for an album project to sample as many pianos as possible. It developed into something far greater, and there's all sorts of wonderful sampled instruments. People using sample formats such as EXS from Logic, Contact, and the awesome Decent Sampler created by the wonderful Dave Hillowitz. If you haven't seen him, check out his website as well, his YouTube channel, link below. The founder of Pianobook, Christian Henson, set a challenge recently to create a global swarm of sounds, and his challenge was for people to basically record the note C and submit it to the hashtag global swarm. The idea is to record 3 phrases, one slightly slower, one sort of a medium phrase, and then one playing it as fast as possible. I've decided to use my trusty badminton racket. I'm gonna hit it with a baron tipper. So I play the baron, the Irish drum, and I'm going to record these 3 phrases on this. I've noticed that this actually does produce a kind of more of a G note, so I'm going to have to tune it. And as also I will have to do some noise reduction, which I will use Audacity for. A lot of people use RX by Isotope, which I don't have and currently can't afford, which hopefully will be rectified soon, but Audacity does actually do a rather good job with its noise reduction. It's worth looking at if you haven't got something like RX and you want to have some reasonable noise reduction. So I might even do a little video about how to use it. But so yes, I've got my trusty badminton racket. I thought I'd introduce the show like this because it's a beautiful sunny day. So let's get into it. So what I'm using to record it is a Rode NT1000. I'm just going to record it in mono. NT1000 is a wide diaphragm condenser mic. It's great for vocals and acoustic guitar and all that sort of stuff. So it should have a nice frequency range to capture a trusty badminton racket. I shall record it with headphones on, so I've got them ready here. I've got DT990s here, and I'll be, as I said, recording it on Reaper. Nice and simple. I do like using Reaper for particularly sample project. It's very easy just to get audio into, render it out, and then put it into something else so that you can do some noise reduction, things like that. Audacity is what I shall use for noise reduction, as I said before. It's got a really good little plugin in there that you can use that for. If I switch the camera around now, I can look down here and show you my little interface, which is a SSL2 there. Lovely little interface, just 2-channel. Bought it because my larger interface has some issues which will get fixed soon, but needed this to carry on working. This 4K button here basically is to emulate the circuitry of the SSL 4000 series, which is really nice. It does give it a little bit of a nice kick in the sort of high frequencies and things. It does give it that SSL kind of sound, if you like. Subtle, but it's a nice effect, I think. And then it's just got things like phantom power and pad and line and that sort of stuff. So that's my little setup there. What I will do is record the audio and the video at the same time so I can sync them up, because they want real life audio in this project. So the next time you hear me, it will be via that microphone there, so it might sound a little bit different. So I shall see you then. Hello there, so here I am in the studio. It's now night time, basically better because there's no bird song in the background and that sort of stuff, because this mic's rather sensitive. You're currently on the camera audio, but I'm going to switch over to this in a second. What you're going to hear is actually the finished product, which I'll show you me editing slightly afterwards, but you will hear the finished product. So you'll hear this playing a C because I will tune it, but at the moment its native sound is actually more like a G. So we're going to have to change that for this project. But as I said, I'll switch to this audio now and you will hear the finished key. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this mic now. Hello, so here we are. Right now I'm going to do the phrases. I leave a little bit of a gap first for any sort of background noise reduction, so I can teach the software, Audacity in this case, what it has to remove basically. Excuse me. Here we go. Great stuff. So now we're going to shift to the editing stage, which I'm probably in reality going to be doing in the morning. Just popped out for a bit of fresh air to tell you about DistroKid, which I've been distributing my music through. I've been doing some electronic music recently, and I found DistroKid very, very useful, very quick to understand and get my music out to the stores. You can also set up pre-releases and sort of pre-saves and things like that. They also have nice little landing sites that you can use to promote your music, which have links to the different streamers. So if you would like to sign up to DistroKid and get a 7% discount, then please do so with the link below in the description, and yeah, enjoy yourself. Thank you. Okay, so here's the audio in Reaper. What I'm going to do is basically leave it as it is in Reaper, because I want to render it out exactly the correct length, so that I can adjust the key of the Badminton Racket hits, and then also do noise reduction. In fact, noise reduction will go first. So to do that, I'm going to need to put it into Audacity. So what we're going to do is on Reaper, we're just going to make sure that the areas are selected right to the end of the WAV, which includes the vlog audio. Okay, and we're going to go File and Render. There we go, and in fact I've already got the folder set up. It says time selection, which is correct, and I'm going to call it vlog and swarm audio. There we are, and we're just going to hit render. Job done. Right, okay, we'll get the folder up so that we've got it handy. Close that. This can be now saved, and we'll minimize Reaper. If we now might be able to open this with Audacity. There we go, as it is. So as I said, Audacity has a really nice noise reduction plugin. Now the only part that I really want to noise reduce, if I'm honest, is the actual those bits, which you've heard already. Okay, but you've heard them in the right key. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got a bit of silence, which you remember I took. So you probably can't even hear that, but there's a little bit of background rumbling. So what we'll do is we'll select all of that. Might be me rustling and, you know, sort of mouth movements and that sort of stuff. Go to Effect, Noise Reduction. There we go. And usually I'll just set it kind of in the middle somewhere. There's not a lot of noise to be reduced really on that. But hang on, I'm jumping ahead. First, I've just got to use Get Noise Profile. So what that does is it analyzes the selection that I've taken there, and in theory, it's going to take out that, or an element of that selection from the main thing. So if I now select the whole area of the badminton being hit, then I go back to Effect and Noise Reduction. It's now got that noise profile to apply to it. In fact, you can preview it. not bad. I think that probably just notch it down a little bit, maybe bring the sensitivity up, and let's not smooth it off too much. So we'll preview that again. That'll do. Hit OK. Job done. Now I need to move into another piece of software in order to change the pitch, and I'm probably going to do that in Logic. So let's save this. So export as WAV. Okay, I'm going to call that NR, because we know it's been the noise reduced version. There we go. Right, I'm going to close out of Audacity now. So there you go. So we've got the noise reduced version. Always keep the original, because you never know if something goes wrong. Always good to have. Right, let's now get Logic up. Okay, so what I've done here is I've basically prepared the edit of what I'm doing, but I'm going to run through it. It should save a bit of time. So the basic audio is around the pitch of C. Okay, so if I just play from the audio, you'll see on the tuner, little tuner app. Sorry, I meant around the key of G. It's going to be in C. So as you can see, it's kind of around. It's got a D sharp there, so I mean it's getting a harmonic or something. But it's basically around G. So what I've done is I've added a pitch shifting plugin to it, which I shall turn on, and it puts it around C. There we go. I've noticed that it's got quite a bit of artifacting from the noise reduction, but I actually quite like that. I could go back and do it again, but I'm going to leave it because it sounds quite cool. I quite like that kind of grainy weirdness it does, so I'm going to leave that. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do, of course, we've got that set up. The rest of the audio I've kept on a separate track and not applied the pitch to. See, of course, that's the vlog audio. Finished product. So you'll hear this playing a C because I will tune it, but at the moment its native sound is actually more like a G. So I'm going to have to change that. There you go. So now what I can do is I can re-render that audio out again, and I've also kicked the volume up a little bit on the main swarm audio as well. So let's bounce that. Use bounce in Logic. We'll put that at 16-bit like the original. Yeah, global swarm. There we go. We'll call it edited audio for swarm project. Done. Right, so now what I've got to do is I use Adobe Premiere. I'm not going to go into that in this video, but I'm going to use Adobe Premiere. I'm going to match the audio with the video back again, basically how it should be, so that when I do play the original audio, you hear that in C, and it's all good for this project. So yeah, please, if you like what you see on my channel, please give me a thumbs up and a like, and subscribe if you like. If you want to see any more of these global swarm efforts, use hashtag global swarm on YouTube. You'll be able to find them. If you can't find it that way, look to Pianobook or Christian Henson or something like that, and you'll soon find links to it, and you'll see what other people are doing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye for now.